This past week, I'm down $68,000 in Forex. I'm down about $80,000 in crypto, and at least stocks are up, so that's good. These are the trades I posted in my Telegram channel last week. So this is a free Telegram channel I've been running for like 7 years now. And I post all my trades in here. It's called Mission FX Trading. You can only join through the link. I'm going to put that link probably in the description or the pinned comment or something. You can join for free, follow along with all my trades and analysis. But you can see last week here, $68,000 is what I have lost in Forex trading this past week. And whenever we go to crypto, at the beginning, I guess it was a little over a week ago, but I started at 1.6 million, 1.67 million, and now I'm down to like 1.592. So it's about $80,000 down, I guess $78,000 if you want to be specific. I've made $400,000 or pretty close to it last month trading Forex and crypto, and now I've given back like over $100,000 just this week alone, this past week and a half. And I'm going to break down all the trades I took. We're going to do Forex and crypto so you can see every single thing step by step. And then on top of that, I'm going to even do something special. We're going to go over a little bit of analysis for this coming trading week. If you're a regular viewer of my channel, do me a favor. I'm doing an experiment still, trying to check some stats here. Hit the like button on this video. If this is your first time watching my video, don't hit the like button quite yet. Wait till the end of the video, and then if you liked this video and you thought it was useful, then hit the like button. That way it continues to show my content to you, because if you just don't hit the like button or you don't comment, YouTube won't get my content to you as much, and that's okay if you don't want to watch my videos. I understand. Sometimes I don't even want to watch my own videos, but if you're a regular viewer of my channel and you like my videos, just hit the like button. It does a couple interesting things for the algorithm that me and my team are tracking. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I've already got everything pulled up here. So if we look at last week's trades, you can see this is the current P&L. This is the little Discord group where I call my trades at. You can see last week, currently all the closed trades, there was 3 trading opportunities, one on NU, one on UJ, and one on UC, all here on the screen. There's 3 trading opportunities. All of them resulted in a negative $68,000 loss. And then we currently have only 2 trades open, just Euro GBP and NZD USD, and those are currently in profit. If only one of these goes to the profit target, like EG, I'll make back everything I lost and more. Plus, if NU goes to the target as well, I'll probably make back like over $100,000. So let's go ahead and jump right into here. So I've already got this pulled up on the chart. Let's look at the first trade, which was NZD USD. So last week I bought NZD USD right here, and I've got this little horizontal arrow thing. So I'm talking about this first one right there. That illustrates where my first buy position is. You can go look at that terminal screenshot P&L and see the exact price, but it was this exact price right here. So I bought here thinking price would go up, and price did not in fact go up. The price went down, so I ended up losing this trade. I think I closed it manually. You can see it did not actually hit the stop loss. I closed it manually. There's a 20K risk. I lost about $13,000 on it, so I closed it about 2/3 of the way to the stop loss. It would have ended up hitting the stop loss, so that's why discretion is pretty good. So my wife is leaving for the day. She's coming on the camera. I'll see you later, my sweet girl, my sweet goody. So NZD USD resulted in a loss, and I'm good with it. The stop loss was below that zone here, and then as it started to go against me, so trade looks something like this. As it started to go against me, I just ended up closing it in loss before the stop loss. So that resulted in a loss. That was the first trade of last week. Second one was USD JPY right here, and it was a sell. So you can see this right here lost about $14,000, a little above that. It was a $20,000 risk, and yeah, so I lost it. So why did I sell USD JPY? Very simple. It's a daily resistance zone. All right, prices come up in here, bounced as resistance, broke above it, bounced as support, and had that huge lurch off. Came back below. We kind of found resistance here. I just thought it might do it again, right? So I entered a sell right there. I put a stop above and a target below, and we did not see a bounce. So sad, so unfortunate. Ended up going up above, and I closed this trade before the stop loss I guess it was about 75% of the way to the stop loss. So what would it have looked like? Probably something like this, where I close it up there. Maybe the stop was like that, target was like this. But it didn't work out, and that's okay, because not every trade is going to work out. I've been on a crazy win streak here the past month and a half, and this was my first week where I've kind of ended significantly down. I think I had a week I was slightly down a couple weeks ago, but it was pretty much break even. So yeah, I've given back some of the profits this week because, support resistance, trades don't always work out. You're going to have wins and losses, win streaks and losing streaks. So this one lost. It is what it is. No big deal. USD Canadian dollar. This was one I really thought was going to work out. It ended up really not working out. So what did I do right here? So as price came into this resistance zone, right, we have had price bounce right here. We had price go really deep into this zone, bounce, and we had price bounce again. So as price came back into this zone right here at this first horizontal arrow, I sold right there. I sold right there at this first position here. And then what happened is as price went deeper into the zone to the extreme high, all I did was I just simply adjusted this zone here to the extreme high. And I just sold again at that high right there. So you can see that's where my second position was. Now, again, feel free to just go here and just look at the exact prices. I'll even zoom in so that way you got everything. You can look at the exact prices. 1.3917 was for the first entries and 1.3883 was for the second entries. And I just kind of layered the positions in here. And this one didn't work out and ended up going up and ended up hitting my stop loss. And so on this one, I lost a gratuitous amount. Let's see, 30 plus, so this is almost $40,000 of loss. Yeah, it wasn't fun, but you know, it's a part of it. You know, I risk anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 per trade, depending on the trading opportunity. This was one that didn't work out. I can live with it. I've got my big boy pants on. I actually don't wear pants. I only wear shorts, but you get the point. So I lost that trade and we're on to the next one. So now for the profitable trades that are currently sitting in profit. Let's just pray they keep going into profit. I sold Euro GBP last week right here as price came up into the zone and started to reject. What was the reason for the trade? It's the same damn reason it always is. I sell a resistance, I buy at support. I use the daily time frame, sometimes the 4 hour, sometimes the weekly. I just draw the major zones where prices had nice bounces before, and I just buy at support and sell at resistance with a stop just past the zone and a target at a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. If you want to follow these trades, go find that link in the description for my Discord server, the MFX Nicks Trades group. We've been on a crazy win streak right now, and it's the same simple stuff over and over again. And even whatever time zone you're in, you can easily follow these trades. It's in my opinion, it's so easy. It's just ridiculous. It takes me probably about 15 seconds to find these trading opportunities. Price either goes up or down. Whenever it works out, I make a little bit more money. And when I lose, you know, and I'm wrong, I lose a little bit less money. So overall, it comes out in profit. And it's just so simple. So I just sold here at resistance. That's literally the whole analysis. So then what I did is when price went deeper into this zone, what I did, my original stop losses were pretty far on these trades. So it was like way up here above these highs. And the target was like down here, right? You can find all the exact stuff here in the Nicks Trades group. It'll all be in the history here. You can go find all the history in here. That's all, everything's there. So what I did is the stop losses was pretty high for Euro GBP. So you can see way high above here, above this zone. And then as price pushed deeper into this zone around the most extreme high right here, around 8744, I entered my second layer of positions there. And I just moved the stop loss tighter. So that way, you know, I could risk a little bit less, because I was adding to it. And I can't let the risk go above like 40 to 50K per trade because that's my max risk threshold. So I just dragged the stop losses tighter, and then I added my second entry up here. So all this did is this added about, I think, less than $10,000 of risk to the trade. It was a 30K risk, and then it went up to like maybe 40K of risk, and that was it. So these positions are managed pretty nicely right now. All I need is for price to just have just the tiniest little tug away from this resistance zone. All I need, just that, something like that right there. And if that happens, that profit target will be met. You can see this is a daily chart. I was looking at the weekly right here just to kind of show you the context here. If it goes down here to the, what is this, 0.88697, then I make like I think $70,000 or something like that. So boom, really, really happy about that. It is what it is. And of course, I since added more positions to it. So that is truly nice and incredible. But again, let's just remove all this shit from the chart. What is the whole reason for selling right here? Price came to a daily resistance zone. That's literally it. I don't do anything crazy. It's not complicated. It's very, very simple. I've called all these trades out live for years. Like in my Telegram channel, I've shared the analysis and results for like 7 years. It's just the same simple, boring stuff over and over and over. Buy at support, sell at resistance. I don't get all the other people that do way more than is necessary. I don't understand the smart money order block, liquidity, institutional Wagyu beef, bullish candlestick entry strategy pattern with the Wyckoff schematic, upwards thrust after distribution, followed by the liquidity of buy side retail traders after the institutional imbalance. I just don't know. I don't get it. I've made millions of dollars just trading simple support, resistance, and Forex and crypto and stocks. And I don't understand any of that crazy complicated BS. So I'm over here just buying at support and selling at resistance. I'm getting better results than 90% of people doing almost nothing, like quite literally doing 90% less of what people do. I'm just getting these kinds of results because it's just going to go up or down. I don't care about your narrative. I don't care about all the reasoning. You're going to buy, you're going to sell. It's going to go up or down. You just got to control risk, make a little more and you lose long term. That's it. So that's Euro GBP. Now, your NZD USD, you can see down here, I've put this other little horizontal arrow thing here, the super high production quality of this channel. We put our little arrows here. You can see I'm long on NZD USD. So 0.5766 is where I've entered long at. This one's barely getting moving. It's barely getting moving in profit. This is what it looks like right now. This is NZD USD on the daily on my actual trading terminal. You can see I got the stop loss distance pretty far below. And I've elected to risk $30,000 on this. So you can see where I called it. This is how I call trades out in the Nick's Trades group. It's super, super simple. Sometimes I'll put the analysis of the trading view image, but really I don't even need to do that because I could just post it here in the terminal and everybody knows I just buy at support, sell at resistance. So NZD USD, you can see this is on the weekly right here. But again, remember all the analysis is kind of based around the daily and 4 hour. Weekly sometimes just makes it easier to see for the sake of taking the screenshot on my phone. You can get more data in there. I bought it to support with a stop below and a target above. And then I show my actual P&L terminal. And then, so that way people can see like the price, the entry prices, the margin, free margin, equity, balance, lot size. And then I just put right here, I'm long on NZD USD 30K risk. So if you just, copy my 50 lot position with the same stop loss, you could risk 30K. You don't want to risk 30K. You just want to risk maybe like 3K, right? You want to risk something smaller. Then you just use 1/10 of my position size, right? So I'm using 50 lots. You could just use 5 standard lots, put the same stop loss there. Now you're risking like 3K instead of 30K. So you can do the risk proportionally. It's very easy for my clients to follow along with my trades because I don't put all this nonsense, 15 different profit targets. And then, a lot of people don't even show their actual terminal entries. They just post the trading view screenshot like, yeah, I'm long here. Okay. Oh yeah, guys, I closed here, just trust me. But they don't actually show the terminal P&L. I show everything. It's a form of being transparent that very few people can actually contend with, because if you're live trading and you're showing all the win streaks and losing streaks long term, believe me, I've had some crazy good win streaks and I've had some painful losing streaks. By showing it all live, it ensures that you can see what the reality of trading is with all the ups and downs. You can see the win streaks and losing streaks all play out. And that's one of the beautiful parts of this. So I just show the actual chart terminal and I show the actual P&L terminal. That way you can kind of see everything. It makes it easy to follow along with the trades. So that was the NZD USD trade. Now what did I do? I bought as support. I don't know how else to say it any simpler, right? It bounced there as support. These ones kind of bounced preliminarily, so I wouldn't really count those. But came down here, bounced again briefly. Broke back below, bounced as resistance there, resistance here, before it ended up saying, nope, broke above the zone. Now we've come back in to test the zone. I just think we'll get a little bit of a bounce. Honestly, I think we might be breaking below this zone at some point, just not right now. What I've been thinking is like something like this will happen. Like we'll have a nice little rebound somewhere like that, and then she'll kind of start like cripplingly coming down here like a paraplegic and just breaking through the zone like a paraplegic. She'll come break here through the zone. But I think we're going to at least probably get some sort of a bounce like this. If you look at my profit target, it's nothing crazy, right? Like, I mean, this is on the daily, remember. So price just has a little like 0.5828. Where is that? Where the hell is this? 0.5828 right there. So that means that if price just bounces from here to here, I'm out of the trade in profit. That's it. Now, if it goes up to here, sure, I'll leave some profit on the table, but the most likely outcome is that it just bounces from here up to there. And then I'm out. I'm out in profit. I mean, $30,000 if that happens. Easy. And if I'm wrong, I will lose. Okay, I'll lose a little bit. I'll lose like 10K, 20K. Maybe it hits the 30K stop loss. Again, most of the losing trades I can usually get out of a little bit early, maybe halfway to the stop or sometimes break even. It just kind of depends. But my winning trades, I make a little bit more whenever I do win. So that's what makes the whole system profitable, because I'm not right any more than half the time. I don't even know really what I'm doing that well. All I know is I just know how to keep things real simple and then structure risk. And it's worked for me for almost a decade, because I've been trading like 9.5 years since I was like 21 back in 2016. My God, it's almost been a decade. So 9.5 years. I just turned 30 this year. In about 6 months, this March of next year is going to be like 10 years. I've been trading this long. Like I found, believe me, I've tested everything. I've tried so many different things. I found just keeping things simple and controlling risk is really all you have to do. And it's crazy when I started doing like a lot less, that's when I started making a lot more money. And that's when trading became like super like, I mean, just painfully easy. I really am reluctant to use that word, if you're watching this video, because most people do in fact fail in trading. I mean, trading is risky. Any market category is risky. Most people lose money trading. It's kind of a stupid, dumbass thing to do. But I've found that like doing so much less than what most people are doing and focusing on has given me just asymmetric returns, asymmetric payoffs, just compounded returns. It's been so wild and I barely do anything. I almost feel kind of guilty sometimes. I get to live up here in my high-rise building. I get to spend every day doing whatever I want. I've got like 4 really nice cars that I have fun with. I get to walk my dog and make my scrambled eggs in my kitchen, and go work out and go to the gun range. Like I love my life. It's amazing. And I feel really like weird sometimes and guilty because I'm like, all I do is I like press buy and sell buttons on my computer. And like, that's it. Like, I don't know. So, but, whatever. At least I'm giving back to you. I'm making videos like this. I'm showing you what I'm doing. I'm showing you what's helped me. I'm inviting you into the inner circle here. We're around the campfire. I'm teaching you all the ancient relics of the past, and all the wisdom and heritage and pedigree that I've had learning everything about trading. So, maybe I'm giving back to society a little bit sometimes, somewhat, maybe. I don't know, potentially. So this is that last trade right there. So yeah, so I got these 2 trades. EG sold at resistance and NZD/USD bought at support. That's it. Now, we're going to take a quick look at crypto. So crypto has had another huge tank last week. I would say I'm upset about it, but honestly, I'm kind of happy about it because I was able to add a really good position. So let's take a look at the first positions I was in. So we're going to go here actually, let's just take it in order. All right, it was in the order here on the thing. So on Solana, I bought in a position at 198.3. So price has gone up a little bit in profit. As a matter of fact, let's go here to my Coinbase account. So you can see, let me refresh it here. So you can see everything right here. So you can see Solana. So 198 excuse me, I lied. I lied. It's not 198.3. My entry is better than that. We don't have 198.3. We have 198.28. That is my entry on Solana right here. So I've got 198.28. It's up about, $2,000 profit. So about, 2.5%, about $100,000 off it. Uniswap. I bought Uniswap and I added to it last week. So I've got 200K in there and it's down about 30K right now. You can see the P&L is down 30K. Very sad, but it is what it is. I've, expected stuff like this to happen. I'm used to it. It's okay. I'm used to getting screwed over trading, so it's not that big of a deal for me. And I'm also in Cardano. So Cardano's down 5K. I'm in Chainlink. Chainlink's down 14,000. Sui is down 14,000. And Algorand, maybe I should have done Algorand. It's down 17,000. So currently the cumulative thing, I think I showed you at the beginning of this video. I had 1.67 million in here, and then now it's down to 1.592. So I mean, for this trading account, I'm down like maybe 80K the past week. So let's go ahead and have a look at it right here. Like I've still got some Bitcoin in my other wallets. I've got like a couple ledgers. I've got a couple different exchanges I use. And then this is one of my Coinbase accounts right here. This is the one that I actively trade on. So this is like me doing all the spot trading, all the shit I do here. So yeah, you can see here's all the orders down here at the bottom. But this is the one that I do spot trading on with Coinbase because they give me really good fees. I got like this VIP2 trading volume thing. So the fees are almost nothing. I do the maker fee. So it's like 0.05%. So that's like 1/20th of a percent. I will take that. I only use limit orders. It's almost no fees. So it's really good to trade. And there's no swap fees or holding fees or anything like that. So here's why I bought Solana. So a lot of you guys know I posted in Telegram like a couple weeks ago that I sold Solana around 240. A lot of people were calling me idiots because they're like, it's in a bull run, bro. It's going to go up here to 260 at least. And then it could even go to the all-time high of just below 300. And I was just like, it could, but is it worth the downside? Because I thought, okay, if this goes up, I had like 2 million worth of Solana. So if it went up, then like, okay, cool. I make another extra 100, 200,000 maybe. Because the percentages was like 5-10%. And I was like, but if I don't hold it here, or if I keep holding it, and it goes down, then I lose like $500,000. And I was like, I don't know. I don't think that's worth it. So I just sold all my shit there. So so I sold it at 240. It ended up going a little bit higher. It looks like it went to around a little over 150 or 250, so like 253. So it went up like 4 or 5% higher. But now we've since crashed, and at the peak of where it crashed, if we go all the way from the recent high that it made to the lowest peak, that's like 25%. Like, so like 24, 25% of like a $2 million portfolio in Solana. Because I had Bitcoin, I had Solana, I had a little bit of Algorand. But Solana, my holdings just in Solana was like just 2 million, like not counting like Bitcoin or anything else. So with Solana, that would have been like negative 25, 24, 25%. That would have been, I would have lost like $500,000 like in a week. Like, look at this shit. This is a couple days. Look at this huge tank here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. If you count from here at the top here, it's like 7 days. I mean, it would have been a huge loss. So, I mean, I sold thinking something like this would happen because crypto has this nasty little habit, especially altcoins, of just doing these crazy dumps. But it's all good because now it popped down here. Now I can just buy more. So I bought 100 grand. I'm being real nice and chill with it. You can see $102,000 here of Solana. I'll probably pick up some more if we see another drop down to here. I don't know if we'll see that though down to 180. I'm kind of hoping it happens because I know everyone will be so mad if it happens, and I will just scoop up more because I've got plenty of like cash and liquidity. But if it goes up, fine. I'll take the little bit of a profit. That'll be 198 to maybe 250. I'll probably sell around 250. So a 25% profit. I'll make 25 grand. Okay, cool. That'll be fine. Sweet. I'll make 25 grand. That'll pay for my gym membership for the year. Now, why did I buy Solana? This was pretty simple. As you guys know, I do support resistance. There's literally nothing else. So I bought because price came into the support zone. That's literally it. That's the whole reason. Price came into this support zone. So it's like, right, we were resistance, and then support, bounce right there, resistance. Then we broke above when we came back to touch it as support. I bought, and then I have an alert to just buy deeper into the support zone if price comes deeper down to 180. Because it could come all the way down to right here. So that's 180. I'll just buy more. I don't give a shit. I'll just buy more. I got another like over $1 million to buy in cash, and I don't care. So I'll just buy more. If it goes down, you can cry about it, losing your whole bag, buying Solana and holding it at $250. What an idiot! How could you be so much of an idiot? I'm just playing. I'm still an idiot, so I don't judge you. We're both idiots in the same boat here together, like gambling on crypto. So that's Solana. Chainlink, it did the same thing. I think Chainlink just has good percentage upside. Like if we say, for example, it goes from right here back to the previous high. That's 44%. 44% just back to the high that it recently made. We're not even counting the bull run from a couple years ago. I'm not going to be holding that long, but if it gets to there 150%, I thought Chainlink would be a reasonable thing to buy. We've made higher highs, higher lows. If we just get back to this high that we were at like almost a year ago, whenever the huge crypto market took off, that's a lot. Now, realistically, where will I probably sell? Probably somewhere in this region before these highs. That would be about a 20, maybe 20, 25%, depending on exactly where I sell. I'll make like 25,000 on that. I'm good with that. I've made plenty of money in crypto so far. If I come out the end of the year just making a couple $100,000 more, if I make 200, 300, 400K throughout the rest of the year in crypto, I'm good. I'm out scot-free. So Algorand is, I've had a love-hate relationship with Algorand. I've traded it since 2022. So since way back here, way back here. Yeah, so like towards the end of 2022. So around this region. I've sold, it's been going up and down. I love Algorand because the percentage moves are insane. Like that's a 70% move. Now it makes a new low. You hold from June, September, October, November, and then it finally goes up and you make 100%. So Algorand's one of the ones where you have to buy and you have to kind of be patient with her, right? She's a good girl. It's worth it. You take her out to a couple dinners. She doesn't want to sleep with you on the first date. Believe me, I've tried with Algorand. She will not do it. She's one that you bring home to mom and dad, depending on exactly what you'd mean by that. And so with Algorand, you kind of have to be patient with her. She'll go sideways and she'll have these huge pops where she will put out. She will put out, believe me, 100% returns over the course of like a couple days or a couple weeks. 50% gains over the course of like a couple days. 20% gains sometimes in a day. Shit you not. I've made 10, 15, 20% in a day many times before with Algorand with smaller amounts of capital, right? With like 100 to 200 grand. Algorand just does that where it just kind of pops. And when it pops, it gets going. So my first position here on Algorand, I guess I only have one position here. The average entry was 25 cents, just about. And I bought $100,000. So now we're down, as you can see. So 25 cents, I bought up here. Now we've crashed down here, down 17%. So, if we bounce from, let's just say from the 25, so we recover from here and then we go around to these previous highs. Price was just here back in July, so a couple months ago. That right there, it's like a 20% gain, right? I'll make a cool 20K off Algorand. I'll call it a day. Now, if it goes against me and it comes down here all the way to these lows down here, that's another 25% below price. And from my entry, that's a 36% loss. So I'll lose like, $35,000 on that. I'm completely used to having to be in this dom sub relationship with Algorand. The slut. So if it goes down here, I'll be down $35,000. But guess what? I'll just add, because the percentage gains back to the upside are higher than the losses to the downside. I'll take this for example. If you bought here at 30 cents and it crashes down here to, let's just say 15 cents, that's minus 50%, right? So you lose 50% there on the downside. But if you buy again here, if it goes back to the previous highs, it's not 50% gain. It is 100% gain back there to the highs. That is such a beautiful part about trading these like lower cap altcoins in crypto, is that the percentage gains to the upside, they're spikety wikety compared to the losses that you'll get on the downside. And believe me, the losses suck. My butthole was puckered so tight one time, I could not poop for a week. I'm just kidding, that didn't happen, but you get the point. It can make you kind of like salivate in a not good way whenever it starts going against you really crazily. For me, I don't give a shit. I've been doing this shit for so long. I'm like, you know what? It's unlikely to go to zero. We'll probably have some random pop at some point. If you had bought anywhere the past 3 years here on the lows and just freaking waited, the failure of years is repaid in the course of one day. Like, what did they say? A moment's success repays the failure of years. So whenever it finally pops, like it gets going, do I think Algorand's going to just go to zero and become irrelevant? No. I'll keep buying the dips. I'll probably put up, at one point I had like $500,000 in Algorand and now it's popped. So that's my plan for Algo. I'll just buy again here, 200K. That means my average price will be between 25 and 15 at 100K position. So that means my average price will be 20 cents right in between. Then if it goes back to the highs from there, that's a 46% gain. So we'll just round it up to 50% gain back to the high. If I'm making a 50% gain on $200,000 worth of Algorand, guess what? That's $100,000 profit just in one trade. One trade. Be so nice. Now, Uniswap. Uniswap, I don't know if I should have done what I've done, but I've done it. And so we're just going to talk about why I've done it. And, it is what it is. So Uniswap, I bought, right now I have $170,000. It's my worst loser right now. I'm down 30,000. So why did I buy Uniswap? The percentage upside potential is really high. That's why. So if the altcoin market does good and we get this little stupid alt season that everyone's talking about, maybe we will, maybe we won't. I think we're a little bit more likely to than not. I just don't think we've seen the tops in for crypto. When I bought up here, if price went from there up to the previous highs, that's 25% gains. Easy. That's 25,000. That's great. So when price dipped down here again, I bought more right about here where I'm showing the cursor, and that's down, 5-6% to current market price right now. Now, if both of these positions, which are averaged about right here, so just between that and that, so maybe like right here, average price right here. You know what? Instead of doing this shit, let's just see what the average entry, 888. Okay. So my average entry is 888. So there we go. Here it is. 888. Okay, right there. So that's my average entry. So if it goes from right here back to the previous highs, that's 35%. 35% on a $200,000 position, that is that average entry. 35% on $200,000, that is $70,000, my friend. And that's if Algorand just gets to where it was in August. This is last month. This is a month ago. It was there. This is so good. The percentage upside is just asymmetric. And then guess what? If we do another tank down here, that's negative 32%. That's going to make my butthole pucker. 170,000 losing. That's going to be like, I'll lose another $50,000. But guess what? If I buy right there and then we have another pop just halfway into this range, I'm going to make it all back. I'm at least going to get out at break even. But if it can just get to the first position average, which was up here around, what was it, 888 or something, that's going to pop 80%. I'll make 80 grand on that first position. And then I'll make a little bit of profit on the next position I bought here, 15 grand. And then I'll break even on the first one. I'll make close to 100 grand on this If it just bounces anywhere, whether I add now, whether I don't add at all and it just goes back to the high that it was literally at a month ago, or whether it drops another 30%, 35%, and then I just buy again, and then it just pops back up. The percentage gains to the upside are much greater than the ones to the downside. So if it drops from this but the recent high down here, that's 60% loss. But guess what? If it pops back to the high from there, it's 146% gain to the upside. That's the beauty behind doing this, as long as you're not using leverage and you're just doing it in spot. I mean, this is still the wild, wild west, especially with the altcoins. So that's why I bought Uni. We had some nice dips. I started buying, and we'll see what happens. I've bought Sui. I don't even know how you say this. Is it Sui? Is it Sui? Is it Sue? I really don't know. I don't know. Sui. We'll just call it, we'll call it Sui, brother. Sui. Now, I bought it because price had a nice dip down here, and then I think I started buying somewhere like up in here. I'm probably going to add another position here soon. Long story short, if price gets back to the recent highs it was at in July, right, of this kind of resistance zone, because we've been kind of trading in a range here on this thing, just been going sideways in a range. If we just bounce from here back to the highs, that's a 30% gain. From my position average, I might make 17 to 20%, right? So I'll make $15,000 to maybe $20,000. I thought it'd be worth it. And if this thing gets moving and hits like, say, $5 again, yeah, I mean, 60% all-time high there back in December about a year ago, 65%. I don't think I'll hold that long, but if we've got anything left in the tank for some of these altcoins, I'm at least going to make like 20, 30, 40, 50 grand on them. And then in some cases, we've already talked about scenarios where I could even make $100,000 or more on each one. And this is, in my opinion, with really low risk, because you see that my actual spot cash to trade this shit with, I have almost $1 million still in cash to be able to get in again. And I've got a little bit of exposure to Bitcoin still if Bitcoin continues up to like 130K, which I thought it would. But we'll make a little bit, maybe, hopefully. Last one here is Cardano, ADA. So Cardano, I think Cardano long-term has always been a pretty good token. I've actually been baffled that this thing went sideways for so long. I didn't participate in anything Cardano except back in 2021 during this huge like rally over here and the painful decline afterwards. So I didn't really participate in Cardano, but I've just gotten back in. I think Cardano has a good chance for upside, especially since we had this recent high here that was just put in. If price goes from where it's currently at up to there, that's about a 70% gain. Now, realistically, I'm probably going to be looking to exit around somewhere this region, right? I would like it to make a little like higher high right there, because we're kind of, we got the double bottom here, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. If we pop up to a higher high there, I mean, that from current market price up to there, that's 42%. That's a big percentage upside. And from my position average, I mean, where the hell did I enter at? Where the hell is my average on ADA? 83 cents. Okay, cool. So 83 cents up here, 83. So if it goes from here up there and makes a new high, that's like a let's say 35% gain. That's $35,000. Just buying the dip, holding it to a new high, getting out. I don't even have to hold it all the way to the recent all-time high that it made here, and I sure as hell don't have to hold it all the way to the all-time high here, because we've got the final push before the push of the last push that happens before the final push of the most extreme final push. I have to hold it like right there. Boom, I'm out. Now, for those of you thinking that Cardano will go up to like $5 this next cycle, it could. I don't know. You do whatever the hell you want to do. I'm going to be playing it very safe here. I consistently make money because I'm conservative relatively. It may not seem that way, but keep in mind, when I'm risking 20, 30, 40, 50 grand on each Forex trade I take, that's like less than 1% of my capital per trade, because I've got capital spread out between like equities, stocks, S&P 500, cryptocurrency. I got a couple different like exchanges, a couple different ledgers, a couple different stuff here and there. And then I've got my Forex accounts as well. I risk small portions of my capital per trade because I don't want to be risking like half my account, like half my trading capital on one outcome, and then that fucks up and now I lose like half my trading capital. This is a stupid, dumbass thing to do. It'll wipe out years of progress. So while it may look kind of crazy, I'm down 100, 200K in like a week. Like this week, I'm down like whatever it is, 130K, 150K. You also have to understand that I have months like last month where I make like 400K profit. And then I'm going to have a month where I lose 200K. And then I may make like $500,000 in a month. And then it just kind of all goes up and down. Then I get to the end of the year, make a couple 100,000, maybe $1 million sometimes. And I kind of wrap it up and pay Uncle Sam all the taxes from this shit. Because my tax rate's pretty high. I'm at the 37.5% tax rate. Plus you factor in Social Security and Medicare, I'm up like 52% tax. And then I got to pay Texas state sales tax to buy shit here in Texas, and that's 8%. I'm paying 60% tax to these bastards. I'm keeping 40% of what I make. If I make $1 million in a year, I'm keeping only $400K, and then I got to pay my bills. My dog's dog food is expensive, and my wife, I have to pay. I probably spend like $20,000 a month on all this shit, all this cars, and all of our groceries, and all this insurance. We got insurance on everything. I pay thousands of dollars a month in insurance for all this bullshit. I realized the other day that I was paying insurance for a house that I no longer own for like a year. And I just canceled that policy last night because I was like, I was paying insurance for this shit, like thousands of dollars a year. I have to make some fucking money here to pay for this shit. And whenever they're taking 60% of my shit, and then I gotta pay afterwards, I don't know. Look, instead of me complaining about this, I'm going to get back on the charts here. I'm going to go actually try to make more money because then it's irrelevant. The taxes, whatever. It's negated because I've made so much money I don't have to worry. So if you've made it all the way here to the end of this video, that's kind of wild. Most people will not make it this far. Here's what I want you to do. In the comments below, I want you to include the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anywhere in the comment. They can be spread out. They can be all together. You can list things as a step-by-step. Nick, here's 5 steps to like do this, Nick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just include the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you ask a question in your comment after leaving that, this lets me know that you made it all the way to the end of the video, right? So you're worth responding to, instead of all these plebs that are not even watching the first 30 seconds before clicking off and going and watching a video about a Dalmatian pooping in someone's flower bed. Or cat videos. Cat videos are also a very big one as well. If you actually made it here to the end of the video and you leave a comment with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you ask a question, in the first 24 hours, I'll go in. I'll give you a little bit of love in that comment. I might like your comment. I might heart your comment. I might respond to your comment, answering your question if you have one. So leave that there in the comments below. And then if you did make it to the end of this video and you're a first-time viewer and you didn't like it at the beginning, I mean, if you like this video, the like button's there. And it does actually help my channel. It also helps you because it means YouTube will be like, holy shit, you thought Nick Sean's video was useful because you liked it. I think we should now show you more Nick Sean videos, and then it'll recommend you more of my videos. That way you can see more of it. But then I guess you could subscribe to, I don't know. You do whatever the hell you want. I'm not your dad, but you can still call me daddy if you like. But I'll see you in the next one, my friend. Have a good one. Cheers.